Myth number 3, let's bust another myth. Customers love a cheap bargain. Right, let's do some science stuff here. There was a very interesting study done by Stanford University and the California Institute of Technology. And they took 5 bottles of wine, priced, labeled at $5, $10, $35, $45, and $90. And they did some studies with some volunteers. Now, what they found was that the perception was everything, okay? Those who thought they were drinking the $90 bottle of wine described fantastic fruity tannins and all the other nonsense that you would talk about. And those who were drinking what they thought was the $5 bottle of wine described it as not very nice. Of course, what they did was it was actually only 3 bottles of wine, and some of them were the same wine, okay? That in itself would be interesting, but then what they did is they hooked up an fMRI scanner, and they found that there was increased activity in the medial orbifrontal cortex, which is the area just behind the eyes, just behind the third eye, actually, and it's associated with taste and the pleasure and pleasure. So it's a physiological reaction, okay? So it didn't matter about the product. It's what they thought they were drinking. It's what they thought they were. It's all about thought.
All of us, from time to time, have a cubic centimetre of chance that pops up in front of our eyes. And it is our task to be alert, so that when that cubic centimetre arrives, we have the necessary speed and prowess to pick it up.
So who or what is an entrepreneur? It's a very good question, really, isn't it? The name itself, it's not understood whether it came from an Irishman, Robert Camillon, or Jean-Baptiste Say, who was commenting on Adam Smyth's book, The Wealth of Nations. But it comes from the French verb to undertake, which is a doing, isn't it? And a lot of what Nigel's talked about today is all about people that have gone and actually done something.
But actually, there's a new approach to dealing with stress and anxious thinking, which is where is the thought coming from in the first place? So it's not what is being created by your thinking, it's what is actually doing the creating. Okay. And in having an understanding about that, it's the same way that if you wanted to fix your car, if I gave you a manual on how to fix your car, it would be quite helpful. So when I essentially give people a manual to the human operating system, it kind of helps them understand that actually it's an inside job. They're the one creating the stress. It's so easy to look at a situation and think that you're feeling the situation. But we're not. We're not feeling the circumstances. We're not even feeling our thinking about the circumstances. We're just feeling our thinking. And if you know where that's coming from, it's kind of like if you're hitting yourself on the head with a frying pan and you suddenly realise that you were the one doing it, you'd stop doing it.
It's been shown that happy lottery winners remain happy and unhappy lottery winners remain unhappy. Scientific proof. Lose purpose. There's a great Jim Rohn quote. He says, I wouldn't like to win the lottery, I'd rather earn it. And you could use that with actually any situation. I know people who've been in car crashes who said it's been the best thing that's ever happened to them because they realised the fragility of life and it gave them the kick up the arse to actually do something in life and make a difference. You won't be a victim of anything else in your life but your thinking. It's the only thing you can be a victim of. Stephen Covey, every time you think the problem is out there, that very thought is the problem. There's infinite ways of thinking about bankruptcy, lottery wins.
So let me start off by asking this question. What is the biggest cause of failure in business? What is the biggest cause of failure in business? 1 in 3 UK businesses will go bust in 3 years. And you could think, okay, well, that's going to be a cash flow problem. Well, what's a cash flow problem? A cash flow problem is not facing up to your numbers. Well, what's that? It's like, well, I don't want to know what my numbers are doing here. So you bury your head in the sand. Okay? You have a fear of failure. And that causes inaction, stagnation. Right? Now, conversely, what is the biggest cause of success in business? Failing. Ooh, interesting. So if you look at successful businesses, they have to fail to succeed.
We create our reality through our own thinking, don't we?
From the inside out.
Yeah, exactly. It's not from what is affecting us externally,
Yeah.
we can decide ourselves, can't we?
I've got a really good way of proving that as well. So let's say you're scared of spiders, okay, and I have a spider with me, and you'll look at that spider and you'll be scared.
Yeah.
You have that feeling of scariness.
Yes.
Now, if I've got three other people with me, and one of them happens to be a spider expert, one of them happens to be blind, and the other one happens to be a meditating monk, all those three other people, they're not getting the same feelings as you. But I've got the spider and I've got it with me. So the only way you can be actually having those feelings is you have to be having the thought about it. So it works inside out.
You create it within
create
yourself.
it inside out.
And this affects many things that affect all of us. Stress, anxiety, general fears that we
Created
have.
inside out.
Yeah, yeah.